Hey everyone, and welcome back to Insights from Insight. I'm super excited to be back after a little break with Thanksgiving. We had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I hope you and your family did as well. So, we are here to talk about the real growth, resilience, and the messy, beautiful journey of learning in life. I am Amanda Armstrong, and today we're diving into something close to my heart: the strength it takes to try. Whether you're a parent or an educator or just someone who's found yourself at some sort of crossroads, this episode is for you. If you had asked me a year ago if I was a risk taker, I would have just laughed. I've always been the planner, the one with color-coded calendars and routines and backup plans for my backup plans. But as this year starts to wind down, I've realized that courage doesn't always look like jumping out of a plane or making some huge dramatic change. Sometimes it's as simple as showing up and daring to try, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. And research actually backs this up. Psychologist Albert Banderud discusses something called self-efficacy, which is the idea that believing in your ability to handle challenges makes you more willing to take healthy risk, and your ability to bounce back from setbacks is improved. And educational frameworks like Gibbs' reflective cycle shows us that it's not just about the leap, but about learning from every step along the way. For years, I found comfort in the structure of classroom teaching. The routines, the bells, the predictability, it all helped manage my anxiety and kept me feeling safe. But after a tough season and some soul searching, I took a leap, leaving my full-time teaching job with only a part-time gig lined up and the hope that I could maybe build something new. Starting my company, Insight Education Academy, was both terrifying and exhilarating. There were days when I wondered if I had made a huge mistake. The financial uncertainty, the vulnerability of sharing my journey publicly, and the steep learning curve all triggered my old anxieties. But I decided to keep going, one tiny step at a time, and slowly started to see the value in simply trying, even when the path was super unclear. But why is trying so difficult, especially for those of us who crave routine and structure? The science says it's because our brains are wired to avoid risk. But here's the thing: environments that celebrate risk taking and normalize mistakes actually foster more creativity, more resilience, and long term growth. When we give ourselves and our kids permission to try, fail, and try again, we're building real strength. When I think about taking risk, I'm inspired by my youngest kiddo, Riley. And it isn't just because he can usually be found jumping off of something that could possibly end up with him in the ER, but because when he decided he wanted to try karate, he just did it. He walked into that first class excited and ready to go. He had no clue what was coming, but he wasn't nervous at all. His teacher has a motto for the studio, which is that a black belt is just a white belt who never gave up. That motto is what I have thought about every time this year when I'm ready to give up on Insight. When I check the views on YouTube or how many people have listened to the latest episode, and I see the limited number of people, and most of them are family, Riley's risk taking with karate is what convinces me to just keep going. As a year draws to a close and a new year is looming, we often get reflective about the last 12 months. So here's some questions to kind of guide you on that journey. What is something you tried this year that scared you? When did you push through discomfort or uncertainty? What did you learn, even if things didn't go as planned? When you're thinking about these reflections, remember to celebrate your effort, not just the outcome. And using frameworks like Gibbs' reflective cycle can help you unpack your experiences over the past 12 months. And share your story with others, because vulnerability is contagious, and sometimes that can be the risk in and of itself. And make sure to model self-compassion so that the younger ones around you can see that failures can just be a learning experience and are not the end of everything. Thanks for listening to the Insight Education Academy podcast. If this episode resonated with you, make sure to share it with a friend, leave a review, or reach out. I love hearing your stories of courage and growth. And remember, the strength it takes to try is worth celebrating. Here's to every risk you took, every fear you faced, and every time you chose courage over comfort. Until next time, keep showing up, keep trying, and keep growing.